No.
So, just hand it to Lana. Well, they need to come up here. Hello, and welcome to Unity of Richmond, to everyone here and online. All right. And now we will welcome Alana and Delaney.
Good morning. I will now be reading the affirmation. Please repeat after me. I find my protection in the light of faith and truth. I find my protection in the light of faith and truth. Thank you. I will now hand things off to Delaney.
I smile and act frightened as I recognize the neighborhood children who come to my door wearing scary masks and costumes. Children of all ages enjoy playing make-believe. Pretend fright is a part of the fun of Halloween, now and then in response to an unexpected and unwelcome challenge. More serious thoughts of fear seep into my mind and upset my emotional well-being. At the first hint of unease, I remember that all of the protecting power of God is as near as my next thought. I say no to fear and yes to faith. My confidence grows as I practice the divine presence, discovering not only the protecting power, but also the guiding love and wisdom of God everywhere I go and in everything I do.
I will now read a quote from Psalm 18:31 through 32. For who is God except the Lord, and who is a rock besides our God? The God who girded me with strength and made my way safe. Thank you.
If y'all could please stand with me this morning and sing the congregational, that'd be amazing. Happy Halloween, everybody. In this moment, in this place, then remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love.
I'm now. Woo. Now we settle in for the opening prayer. I invite you to relax into your seat or wherever you are. Sweet Spirit, all of us everywhere, rest in your arms, your loving arms. And we affirm that should we look around and see the mask of fear, the mask of worry, the mask of confusion, we know and affirm that there is only love. There is that bedrock of love inside of us, as us, all around us. We look for the good, we look for the love, we look for the serenity, and affirm it is inside us, as us, and all around us, regardless of the mask that we may see or think we see. Breathing in and breathing out, we connect with that heart space and know wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And so it is. Amen. So here we have our prayer for unity, which I'm going to invite people to say with gusto. Together we say, Unity of Richmond is a resilient, thriving, healthy spiritual community that is constantly aware of God as the source of unlimited substance and supply from all streams of life. New channels of prosperity are opening and flowing to and through as us to fulfill our mission and purpose. So it is. Amen. Now we have wonderful opportunities. The first one is, now this one is located at Unity of Bon Air, our sister church in Richmond. It's called a Boo and Stew, a pre-trick-or-treat or treat fun Brunswick stew sale, and that is today from 3 to 5:30. There's going to be Halloween fun, games, and prizes for all ages. Unity of Bon Air. And our next opportunity is a healing crystal bowl meditation with our own Reverend Vicky Cantalmo, who is also a Reiki master. That's this coming Friday, November 5th, 6:30, right here, Unity of Richmond. Love offerings accepted. Our next one is here at Unity of Richmond, Friends and Fellowship Potluck, right after our service next Sunday. Please feel free to bring a friend and your favorite side dish or dessert. Yum. Sign-up sheet is located in the gathering space, or just surprise yourself and us with a dish. Thank you. Our next announcement is an opportunity for a group, support group opportunity, Healing from Loss. It's facilitated by Dr. Edie Bodlin, myself, Susan Moncure, and Reverend Valorie. Learn tools to help navigate the healing process, unlearn unhelpful myths about grief, increase hope and growth for the future in a safe, structured environment. It's the second and fourth Sundays, approximately 12:30 p.m. here at Unity. It's offered on Zoom also, starting November 14th through February 6th. We had to juggle some of the times because of the holidays. Again, the sign-up sheet is in the gathering space. The next opportunity is, I have to tilt this to see it, a unitive dialogue on peacemaking and community building. It's a course by our Reverend Valorie, provides an overview of the unitive justice model that is non-punitive and grounded in the principle of loving kindness. What a concept. Oh. Okay, it's 7 to 9, starting on November 17th here at Unity of Richmond. It's a 5-week course, in person and online. Yep. Okay, and our next one. Okay, this again is at Unity of Bon Air, not Unity of Richmond. Pardon me? Pardon me. Okay, I'm sorry. It's supported by Unity of Bon Air, a day at the matinee, Sunday, November 21st at 2 p.m. at the Perkinson Center for the Arts. I believe that's in Chester. The Illuminated Theater, under the direction of Julie Fulcher Davis, is producing 6 dance lessons in 6 weeks by Richard L. Fieri, co-starring Kelly Kennedy and Travis West. Groups 10 or more, $28 per ticket. The next announcement is a holiday raffle is back here at Unity of Richmond. Hear ye, hear you. We are currently seeking 2 volunteers to co-chair our holiday gift basket raffle. If you're interested, please see Kristen or Reverend Valorie. We're also collecting donations in the form of gift cards and services. This is to benefit Unity of Richmond. Next, to remind you, dum, da, dum, dum, it's back, fall back. Daylight saving time next Sunday. Turn your clocks back. Thankfully, my phone turns it back for me. I don't have to remember it. And here's another surprise announcement. As you came in through the gathering space today, you might have noticed Baba Ra out there with a beautiful, incredible painting. Well, guess what? That painting could be yours, but you must buy a raffle ticket. Now, if I could get him in here, Baba Ra? He is being summoned. He is approaching. Come on up. It's your turn. Here you go, hon. We're announcing the raffle.
The raffle tickets, the Spirit told me to raffle off the $5,000 worth of painting for the Kwanzaa celebration, Kwanzaa feast. And since we're first class and we're higher consciousness, we had to have a special painting. So for $5, you could win that painting. $5 each and three for $10. Did I get it right?
Yep, that's great. And that is his painting. That's his painting, inspired.
Well, it's not my painting. It came to me.
Yeah, it came to him. That's the end of our current opportunities, and now I turn it over to a joy song.
Good morning once again. This is a call and repeat song. So say what I say and do what I do. The Princess Pat lived in a tree. She sailed across the seven seas. She sailed across the channel too. And brought with her a rig of bamboo. A rig of bamboo. Now what is that? It's something made by the Princess Pat. It's red and gold. And purple too. That's why it's called a rig of bamboo. The Captain Jack and his mighty fine crew. They sailed across the channel too. Their ship sank. And yours will too. If you don't bring a rig of bamboo. A rig of bamboo. Now what is that? It's something made by the Princess Pat. It's red and gold. And purple too. That's why it's called a rig of bamboo.
Thank you, youth of Unity. It's so great to have you back. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Well, welcome to our Youth Sunday here on Halloween. And I would like you to join with me in saying our unexpected income prayer. And I would give it to you in small chunks so we can say it in sync today. So let's do the first lines, first 3 sentences. No, let's do the first 2 sentences. God is the source of all supply. I believe that my good is now flowing to me so richly and so fully that I have an abundance of money to spare and to share today and always. I believe that true prosperity includes abundant health, wealth, and happiness. I bless all the good that is with me now. I bless the increase. I bless all of the others in the unexpected income program. And I know that now we prosper together in every way. I give thanks for this good, and so it is, and so I let it be. We have some brochures for the unexpected income out in the hallway, and we are abundantly blessed here. And with all of the wonderful programs that we are developing and creating, this unexpected income will help us move into the new year with a good, solid funding, so that we can do the things that we dream about doing here. All right, let's say our first unity principle together. There is one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good. Our mission statement, that we share the good news that God is unconditional love expressing as the Christ consciousness in each person. And our vision is we are transformed lives, transforming the world. And now I'll turn it over to our music team.
Loving is easy, you have me messed up. It used to be so hard to see. Loving is easy when everything's perfect. Please don't change a single little thing for me. Listen now, when you can't even hide it, and it didn't take forever to find it. I was all on my own, almost glad to be alone until love came in. On time, 'cause loving is easy. You have me messed up. It used to be so hard to see. Loving is easy when everything's perfect. Please don't change a single little thing for me. So listen now, when you can't even hide it, and it didn't take forever to find it. I was all on my own, almost glad to be alone until love came in. On time, loving is easy. You had me messed up. It used to be so hard to see. Loving is easy and everything's perfect. Please don't change a single little thing for me.
Thank you. Ian Bland on drums, by the way, everybody. He's awesome.
Yes. Youth of Unity is participating in many ways today in this service. We're so excited to have you all here. Thank you for being here. And for all, we've missed you all this time that we haven't had youth services during the past year. So you'll hear a little bit more from our Youth of Unity in a little bit later. Today's message is for all ages, about the power of living authentically. You finally noticed Ian's costume today. All right. We're having so much fun today dressing up. All right. So the power of living authentically is for all of us, and about what is it that it prevents us from doing so. And today I'm going to talk about those invisible masks that we wear that cover up our whatever we think our personal flaws are. The bottom line is that we all have a little bit of fear and insecurity, fear of failure or embarrassment or letting people down, disappointment. But it's living originally and authentically and being creative and being willing to take risks, to risk failure, to be able to pursue the things that give us fulfillment. As we were approaching this time of year, as we are, I was curious about the origins of Halloween, and so here's a little bit of trivia that it comes, of course, from the Celtic holiday of Samhain, as they pronounce it, which was believed to be a time of the departed ancestors that they could mingle with the living, and it was a festival celebrating the harvest. And Dia de Muertos today is the Day of the Dead, which is a Mexican holiday celebrated honoring loved ones who have passed away. This honoring goes back 3,000 years. Close to this day on our liturgical church calendar is All Saints' Day. That's tomorrow on November 1st, and All Souls' Day on November 2nd to honor the dead. Samhain or Halloween is one of those cross-quarter days in our calendar year, like Groundhog's Day, May Day, and Beltane. These are all the halfway mark between the turn of the seasons. And as Christianity was birthed some 2,000 years ago, the pagan holidays were all replaced by Christian holidays around the same time of the year. And there is a phenomenon called syncretism, which is where one religious culture overlaps with another, and some of the old rituals are adapted and replaced with the new. And so that happened with all the old ancient pagan holidays. All of the new Christian holidays were put somewhere on or around that time. Well, since it's Halloween today, I thought it would be a perfect time to talk about the power of living authentically and those invisible masks that we wear that keep us from living a life of freedom and power and creative expression. There's a quote by George Lois that says, "Creativity can solve almost any problem. The creative act, the defeat of habit of originality by originality, the defeat of habit by originality overcomes everything." Sometimes that fear of failure stands in our way, the way of being ourselves, being authentic. We must be willing to try new things. When things don't work out the way we expect, we need to accept that failure is merely feedback, stripping away the non-essential, that which is no longer needed. The only failure is not trying at all. Think about it. How many times did Edison experiment with the light bulb until he had success? Way more failures than that final success. And trying different things, because the feedback he got from those failures helped him to invent the working electricity. How many crashes did the Wright brothers have before they flew? So what is authenticity and what is it not? Well, authenticity is not letting it all hang out and saying whatever comes to your mind, no matter what the impact it has on someone else. It also doesn't mean holding back your truth in the moment. It means sharing your truth with love and being willing to listen. Living authentically means taking risks and living outside the box. that we've defined ourselves in. And it is definitely using our creativity. Some environments are easier to be ourselves than others. You can think about it. I know before I was in Unity and worked in other positions in the world, it was much easier at Unity to be myself than it was at the office. Or as a student, it's much easier perhaps to be yourself at home than when you're around your peers. Imagine what it would be like to live authentically no matter what the environment. And this is what I love about our Unity retreats and our YOU rallies and being with the youth, because they have the opportunity to be themselves and to support and love each other in that. And the great news is that in the spring, there are going to be the in-person Unity and rallies, retreats and rallies are back. So we're going to be raising funds to send our youth and their sponsors to rally. And we're also looking at the yoga preschool again for next fall. And the yoga preschool curriculum, and I've looked at it, is a wonderful curriculum for young people to be fostered in being authentic and being themselves so that they don't learn to put on masks, those invisible masks. So we don't seem to mind dressing up in costumes or wearing masks for fun. In fact, it's creative. It's our creativity and our imagination that makes dressing up so fun. Sometimes we don't know that those masks are there, and we cover up our vulnerability. Our untrue limiting beliefs about ourselves that are based on what happened in the past. So no matter what your past is, it is guaranteed that sometime in your life, something in your life condition has provided an experience where you've made some unconscious decisions and choices or beliefs about yourself that are limiting and restricting and untrue. Some of those conclusions could be like, I'm not good enough, I'm all alone, life is a struggle, nothing ever works out for me, life is hard. I'm sure you all can think of some of those. That's the nature of our human mind. You know, sometimes we get down and we think these things. The ego mind gathers evidence that these personal laws are true. In recovery, they call it stinking thinking, right? So that evidence is gathered, and then until we learn to apply unity principles or truth principles to them. Now, you can notice when you're having a negative thought, you can feel the tension in your body, you can feel how it makes you feel and the stress of having a negative thought. Conversely, when you're having a good thought, when you're thinking gratitude or you're thinking something is good and affirming that, it feels much lighter in the body. I have some props here today. Uh-oh, not going to stay on. So I've got a mask on today, and as I'm looking through this mask, I don't see the mask. I don't recognize that I have, because I'm looking through the hole, looking through the lens, so we don't always see these. These are our blind spots, the things we don't know that we don't know. So to cover up those beliefs of I'm not good enough or I want to look good, and the ways that we deflect those, sometimes we carry shame, insecurity, and these masks cover up our discomfort. So I have outlined about 4 different masks today. And the 4 masks I have are the mask of perfectionism, the mask of cynicism, the mask of comedy, and the mask of tragedy. Now, the mask of perfectionism is about overachieving because we want to look good, feel good about ourselves. We can't tolerate making mistakes or allowing other people to make mistakes. And we try to control everything in our life because we want it to go the way we have it planned. And in that, there's no room for grace. There's no room for the miraculous, and there's no room for creativity for sure. And also, there's a lack of trying new things because we don't want to fail at it. So, don't try anything new unless I know that I can be successful at it. Well, I just broke that one last night when we had our painting class. We had a painting class, paint like Van Gogh. and it was a lot of fun. And I could notice my own perfectionism coming up as I'm going through this picture, not feeling like I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I'm an artist in a different way than the visual art, But it was so fun to expand into that area and try new things. And when I got home, I learned to love the painting, Yes. The mask of cynicism is don't trust anything or anyone. It's all too good to be true. Don't take any chances, and being overcritical. I don't need anyone because I can't trust anyone. And if everything else I frame is bad, then at least I can look good. The mask of comedy or comedic relief, that would be using self-depreciating humor or sarcastic humor, which deflects ourselves from being real. The mask of tragedy, look at what I've endured, look at what I've overcome, and listing the long laundry list of how bad things are and all the things that haven't worked out. And then we become the story that we're telling. So whatever the mask, there's all these coping behaviors. We can overshare, tell too much information, or we undershare because we don't think it's going to change anything. No one's going to listen to me anyway, or I'm not important, I don't matter. Other coping mechanisms are, as I said, overachieving, underachieving, pretending to go along in order to have approval, or rebelling to prove that approval doesn't matter. Thrill-seeking, performing merely for the admiration that one cannot live without. The point is that these masks cover up our vulnerability, and we're so busy protecting ourselves that it steals our joy, it steals our peace, it steals our peace of mind, our freedom, and our creativity. And sometimes it can be so detrimental to our mental and physical health, such as the following story. There was a young girl, a 3-year-old girl. This is back in the 1930s. Her mother died when she was that young, at 3, and it was during the Great Depression, and the work and money was hard to come by. Her father went off to find work elsewhere in the country, and so he dropped his daughter off at an orphanage and for care. Apparently there was no family to care for her. Well, apparently he didn't fall on any better times. He didn't come back and get her. She grew up in that orphanage until the age of 18. While she was there at the orphanage, she took solace in the movies. It was the golden age of Hollywood, so she went to the movies, and she dreamed about becoming an actress and being in the movies. So when she was 18, she took a job as a secretary of a firm in Southern California, and she pursued her dream about going into film. She got some jobs being an extra in the movies, and she also got character parts and was in the movies. She met and married a Hollywood director, and a year after their marriage, the director husband said he didn't want to be married anymore, and they had one child. Well, as you can imagine, being dropped off in an orphanage, the sense of abandonment she had, well, here it all came crashing back, that sense of abandonment and aloneness. And so unfortunately, she attempted to take her life by taking some pills and did not succeed. So when she came out of that, partially paralyzed, but she started seeking some help and some recovery, and she got involved with various different religions and studied them, and she settled on Christianity. And she began to find her purpose and her creativity and started writing songs for Children's Golden Records. And then she met a man who was a television producer or a television composer, Cy Miller. And together, Jill Jackson and Cy Miller wrote the song, Let There Be Peace on Earth. Let There Be Peace on Earth. And it was written for a youth conference in Southern California. It started there, and it caught on, and it was, the song was passed around. And, we sing it every week in unity. So the impact of not knowing our worth can be extreme. The second story, though, I want to tell you is about the author of Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling. Now, she had, in her younger days, she always had this concept of writing this novel about Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. And she was told to dream less and focus on reality. She had several different jobs. So she did, unfortunately, take that feedback a little too much to heart. So she didn't write the novel for quite some time. She had a lot of different jobs, different work, a marriage that failed, and a young daughter, was a single mom and living on public assistance when she decided to take the leap and write Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. And by day, she wrote it in an Edinburgh, Scotland cafe, and by night in her apartment. She said herself that we don't need magic to change the world, and she believes that magic is the power that is within us, waiting to be used for something beautiful and good. She had 12 rejections before she found a publisher. How did she deal with this failure? So she didn't give up. She said this in her own words, quote, "Failure meant stripping away of the inessential. I stopped pretending that I was anything other than what I was, and I began to direct all my energy into finishing the work that really mattered to me," unquote. Comedian Ellen DeGeneres, also in her younger days, she graduated from high school, lived in Louisiana, New Orleans. She started out doing a lot of different odd jobs. She was an oyster shucker. She sold vacuum cleaners and did a number of various things. And until in her 20s, mid to early 20s, a friend of hers died, a dear friend, in a car accident. And she had a lot of mourning about that and was struggling. From that experience, she had the idea of doing a Dear God comedy routine in which she ended up having a conversation with God. And the idea that she could do that on the Johnny Carson show one day. Well, guess what? She did do it on the Johnny Carson show, and she was discovered from that. Steve Jobs, the inventor of the personal computer, he was fired from his own board of directors after the company got so large and they didn't any longer think he could manage it. He said himself it was the best thing that could have happened because it took him into a period of great creativity. So we have to look at vision rather than the what ifs, than the doubts. Give more attention to what we want to accomplish and who we are. Taking risks. Post-COVID, not just Unity of Richmond, but all churches and in the Unity movement and others are having to restructure. The board and I met in a retreat a couple of weeks ago, taking your feedback from the surveys about what our values and priorities are. And we are and out of that, we have a plan, a strategic plan. We're starting our prayer chaplain training up, revitalizing prayer chaplains. We're opening our youth and family department for business. Yes. We're raising our prosperity consciousness so that we can become financially stable and so that we can support these programs that we want to expand into. And we are participating in cultural diversity. We have a joint New Year's Eve service with Unity of Bon Air in the works. And it's going to be a New Year's Eve Burning Bowl Watch Night service. It's very exciting. You'll hear about it soon. And as you've already heard, we have the Kwanzaa service on the 26th coming up. And more wonderful things planned in the new year. And it's going to take all of us to carry this vision, to hold in prayer, consciousness, all of these wonderful creative things that we want to express. So we each bring our own originality, our own authenticity forward to make a difference. And I am so proud to be a part of this community and of this endeavor. And I thank you for being here and being transformed lives, transforming the world. Yeah. William Arthur Ward wrote this poem about risk. I was working for a ropes course. I told you a little bit about that in one other talk, was outdoors, climbing to the heights of trees and jumping, addressing your fear of heights and all kinds of things. And our leader would share this with everybody who participated about risk. To laugh is to risk appearing a fool. To weep is to risk appearing sentimental. To reach out to another is to risk involvement. To expose feelings is to risk exposing your true self. To place your ideas and dreams before a crowd is to risk their loss. To love is to risk not being loved in return. To live is to risk dying. To hope is to risk despair. And to try is to risk failure. But risks must be taken because the greatest hazard in life is to risk nothing. The person who risks nothing, does nothing, has nothing, he may avoid suffering and sorrow, but he cannot learn, feel, change, grow, or live. Chained by his servitude, he is a slave that has forfeited all his freedom. Only a person who risks is free. The pessimist complains about the wind. The optimist expects it to change. And the realist adjusts the sails. William Arthur Ward. To conclude, You are divine, you are extraordinary, and you can live your life authentically. The good news is that we have that power within us at the point of us. Esther Hicks, in her book, Ask and It Is Given, says this. Sometimes you are fully allowing the true nature of your being to flow through you, and sometimes you do not allow it to flow. You have the ability to always allow your true nature to pour through you, and that as you learn to consciously flow with the you that is your source, your experience will be one of absolute joy. We have that on a slide quote. So as you learn to consciously flow with the you that is your source, your experience will be one of absolute joy. And living authentically opens the door to living a life of the miraculous, a life of grace, not determined by the past. It means living out from our divine nature while embracing our humanity. And then we won't be defined by the number of likes or hearts on a Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram post or any other thing. You are a person of great value, and we all are greatly blessed by your authenticity. So say this with me. I am a person of great value. Together, I am a person of great value. And others are blessed by my authenticity. And others are blessed by my authenticity. I am fulfilled when I can be who I want to be. I am fulfilled when I can be who I want to be. Go forth, use your creativity, and be who you want to be. Ah, great. Thank you. So we can tell each other that? Yes. Thank you. And so it is. So it is, and so it will be. And now we have Sarah Bland, who's going to lead us in meditation.
Hello. First, relax yourself and get comfortable. Breathe in, relaxation, and out, tension. Begin to create a picture in your head. Imagine that you are floating on a soft, fluffy white cloud. Feel the surface beneath you become softer, more cloud-like. Feel the cloud rising out of the surface you are on, surrounding you in its protective support. Soon, you're floating just on the cloud. Let it rise a little further, taking you with it. See the walls and ceiling around you disappear as you float onto the sunny sky. Drifting on the cloud, feel the cloud beneath you. It's soft but supportive. Notice how the cloud feels. It may be a little bit cool and moist like fog. Your body is warm, very warm and heavy, and sinking into the cloud. See the sights around you as you are floating on a cloud. Imagine the green grass below, gently blowing in the wind. The grass recedes further away as you rise onto the sky. From here, the grass looks like a soft carpet. The wind creating gentle waves in the grass as it or water. What else do you see? Relax into this beautiful scene. Now gently feel yourself coming back to the space. Begin to open your eyes. You are at peace.
Thank you. As we come back together, I would like to remind everybody that unity is based on affirmative prayer, and that our prayer chaplains will be available at the front of the church after the services to pray with you. And if you can't come up, we also have the prayer box in the gathering space, and all of the prayers that you put into it go out to the team, prayed over. And if you can't come and see us in person, you can also put a prayer request online at unityrva.org/prayer, where everything is prayed over. The next announcement, I'd like to say thank you to folks that are watching online, as well as the people who come out here in church. I'm seeing a whole group of people today, and it's just so wonderful. Yay, yay. Yeah, that's right. Give yourself a hand. Woo! A lot of cute costumes. Oh, no, wait, that's not a costume. That's really you. Okay, so thank you to the folks that bring us all this wonderful music, Ian and the band. And a shout out to, I can't remember his first name. Ian. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yay. who grew up in unity. Yeah. And also a thanks to all the folks in our the audio-visual, without which we would not be seeing it on the screen. We would not be seeing it online. So thank you for coming up. And thank you to Kristen, and thanks to Debbie, who keep this place rolling forward, and to all the other folks that donate their time and their talents and their treasures to unity, because that's all a part of the spirit that keeps us a church without walls. Thank you. And yeah. And now I'm going to give the floor to a tribute to one of our beloved folks, and I'll let you see who that is shortly.
Okay, come here, Mary Beth. All right. So we wanted to just take a couple of minutes today to say thank you to one of our amazing, wonderful teachers, Mary Beth. She's still sticking around, so don't worry. She's still going to be teaching. But Mary Beth is stepping back from directing the YFM program. Her boys, are both graduated from high school now. She's going to continue to teach, thank the Lord. We need her. But we did just want to take a few minutes to thank her because she's done so much for this program. I know my kids have just benefited from your wisdom, your kindness, your patience, and also just your fun, and that is so important to our youth. So, Marcy, did you want to say?
We love you. That's good. Thank you.
So this is just a small thank you, a card and some flowers, and I wish we could multiply that all by 10. So thank you so much. Can everybody stand? And let's give Mary Beth our prosperity. All right, so Mary Beth, we love you, we bless you, and we sing so beautifully, the Christ you are. We love you, we really, really love you. Mwah. Sorry, I think I messed that up. Thank you, Mary Beth. Yes. Okay.
Okay, now, will our ushers please come up? Thank you. I will now be saying our prosperity blessing. Divine love, expressing through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful.
Boom, woke me from my sleep. Boom, woke me from a dream. Boom, got me on my feet. Boom, thank the birds who sing. I'm here to try anything. I'm done with the suffering. It's time to stand up and sing for my life. I'm here to not try it all. I'm ready to take a fall, 'cause I'm an original. Why deny it? And I won't waste my life being typical. Even when it's difficult, I'ma be original. And I won't change myself when they tell me no. I'ma be original. I'ma be original. No, I won't waste my life being typical. Even when it's difficult, I'ma be original. And I won't change myself when they tell me no. I'ma be original. I'ma be original. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'ma be original. Boom, run toward the light. Boom, I'm ready to fight. Boom, the dear ones that live inside. Boom, I face the darkest night. I'm here to try anything. I'm done with the suffering. It's time to stand up and sing for my life. I'm here now to try it all. I'm ready to take a fall, 'cause I'm an original. Why deny it? And I won't waste my life being typical. Even when it's difficult, I'm original. And I won't change myself when they tell me no. I'ma be original. I'ma be original. No, I won't waste my life being typical. I'ma be original, even when it's difficult. And I won't change myself when they tell me no. I'ma be original. I'ma be original. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'ma be original. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You can be original. All right, thank you. Thank you. What a great day. What a great service today. We bless all the gifts. We give thanks for all the gifts, for your support of our mission of creating a spiritually awakened world. And so let us come together or just stand up as we say our prayer for protection, and followed by let there be peace on earth. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Thank you, Youth of Unity, and happy Halloween.